Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Dee. I am a lover of all things beauty, and here on my channel I talk about a variety of different things: skincare, makeup, nails, mid-size fashion, pretty much anything and everything that I feel as a consumer that I want to try out, that I want to give you guys some suggestions, all that stuff. I am a full-time working mama in the corporate world, and I partner with a couple of brands on the side and do this YouTube kind of as a side business to help get some stuff out there, help get information. So I know how it is to be super crazy busy trying to juggle all the things. And so the hope of my channel is to provide you some real life, real mama, real woman information. So that is the purpose. So I always encourage people to leave comments on my videos if you have questions. If you agree, disagree, obviously just ask them to be respectful. This is my opinion of products that I use. Yours might be different. Your skin's going to be different. The way that you view things may be different. So, but I always encourage people to leave comments. So today I'm very excited because I am going to be showing and talking through the viral Bellame foundation. So if you have no idea what this is, it is basically a serum foundation. It is packed full of ingredients that are skin loving ingredients. So you're not only treating your skin, but you're also getting some flawless foundation coverage. It has just recently launched. Bellame had a original formulation. They went ahead and changed it. And this completely blew me away, where I was like, I can no longer, like, I love Seint and I still wear it occasionally, but this is now my go-to everyday foundation. And I wanted to kind of talk through it with you guys and show you how glorious it looks on your skin. So essentially, this one, I have multiple different colors, but this one is shade 2. This is the one that I feel works best for my skin. I do have a color match form that I will put down below in case you are interested, but I can color match you to the perfect match that you want. Now, full disclosure, and I'll link everything down below. These are the products that I put on my skin prior to doing this. This is the Bellame Hydrating Moisturizer, and then I went in with the Bellame Luxe Sorel. This is the SPF. These two are amazing. So I just recently started this one. I have been using this one for about a month now, and it has completely changed. Like, I used to use the First Aid Beauty SPF. This one feels like a sunscreen. This one does not. It has all the benefits of the sunscreen, but it also moisturizes. So if you are somebody with dry skin, this is going to add additional hydration to your routine. It's going to protect your skin. It's got SPF 30, SPF 50, and it protects against UVA and UVB rays. But it also kind of acts like a primer. So I really like this. This does not feel like a sunscreen. It literally feels like you're putting on a face lotion. I just had my 17-year-old son, who went out fishing today, put this on because he hates the feeling of sunscreen. Hates it. Even at 17 years old, I have to basically bribe him. I had him put this on and he was like, okay, yeah, this is not so bad. Because it feels like normal face lotion and not thick and gloopy, and it doesn't leave a white cast. So I really like that. So that is what I have on my face. I'm going to go in, and I thought it would be good to kind of show you guys what it looks like half of my face done. And because this is more like medium to full coverage, I always kind of go in. You want to do less is more because you can always add more. It's kind of hard to take away if you put too much product on. But I just kind of go in, and I'm doing a combination of a stippling and a sweeping motion. So I'm just kind of stippling it through, making sure that it's kind of pressed into my skin. I always like to a little bit drag it down onto my neck just to make sure that there's no harsh lines. And you can see here, look at how beautiful it covered up. Now, when I use other liquid foundations or a Seint, I always have to go in first with a primer. And this is what I love about this product here is it's a 3-in-1, hydrate, protect, and primer. I do not need an additional primer on this. But what I also like about this is I don't need a color corrector. With other liquid foundations, it was Seint. I felt like I needed additional coverage. I needed additional color correcting. This, I feel, does a really good job of blending out my skin, making sure that everything's even, covering up my redness where I don't need an additional product to do that, and it still looks like my skin. You can still see things poking through as if it's my skin. So yes, it is medium and you can definitely build it up to full coverage, but it still looks like your skin. Now, the other thing that I do is I do like to take a very like a damp beauty blender that's been pressed out, and I just like to go through. I do this with every single of my foundation. It's not just with the Bellame one. And the reason why I do it is if you put too much product on, it does really help to kind of soak up and absorb the extra product, but it also helps to make sure that there's no brush lines. So as you're kind of putting this through, there might be some, brush lines. This just makes sure that it's all smoothed out and that it is as flawless as possible. And you can see here, that's it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side, and then we'll come in and I wanna talk to you guys about the concealers because they are also 100% amazing. Okay, other side is done. And what I normally do at this point is I will kind of look at my face and see if there's any areas that I want additional coverage. And that's why I always say go in, less is more. Go in first with a little bit of product, and then you can always build up in the areas that you want. So I always get super red right in here. So I want to add a little bit more coverage there. And I think everything else is good. What I sometimes like to do is it's also really nice to blend out the product with your beauty blender. So you can do it. If a brush is not for you, a beauty blender, this is actually one of the Real Techniques blenders, and it works really nice. Or maybe this is a beauty blender, but I like the Real Techniques one as well. So that is the foundation. You saw the side by side, really nice. This is the concealer. So this is I have mine in shade 2, but what I also love about this stuff is it is super lightweight. So if you are somebody who likes Tarte Shape Tape, concealer, you might not like this because this is going to be a little bit more lightweight. I still feel like it provides really good coverage, but it's just not very thick. I don't like thick under eye concealers because the thicker the under eye concealer, the more that it's going to get in those fine lines and wrinkles. And I'm getting to the age where those fine lines and wrinkles are showing up aggressively. So I'm doing everything I can to make sure that those aren't accentuated any more than they have to be. When I was in my 20s, Tarte Shape Tape was amazing. Some of the other thicker concealers were amazing. Not anymore. I'll be 40 this year. It just ain't happening. So I love this stuff because it is super lightweight. So what I like to do is once I apply it, I will actually let it sit for a minute or two. With liquid foundation and liquid concealer, it's going to dry down more than cream. So you don't have to necessarily set it, but I like to wait until it starts to dry down. And then what I'm gonna do is I have this little concealer brush and it's nice and dense. And I'm just going to gently pack it. I'm not gonna sweep it because I put the concealer where I wanted it to be. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just packing it into my skin. Getting up under my eyes, kind of going like this, and just really making sure that it is nice and blended it out. So I stutter. And then you can see here, it's very subtle, but it provides just a little bit of coverage, and there you go. Now I can always go in because I do have some veins there. So I can always go in and kind of spot treat, if you will, and just add it there and just let it sit. Now, the one thing that I love about this concealer is not only is it super lightweight, so you're gonna get less of that under eye settledness, you can use a little bit more. I can go in and add another layer because it's not super thick. The other thing I like about it is generally with other foundations and with Seint, I felt like I needed to color correct it. There's something in here that really helps with canceling out my redness, but also canceling out some of those dark eye circles, because those are the two things that I really struggle with. So I just feel like I'm actually there's less steps in my makeup routine because this just does such a good job of blurring everything out. And you can see here, and I'm getting a little bit flushed because I'm burning up. Like, full on, I am sweating like a sweaty Betty. I don't know if it's hormones or I like have my door open. I need to go get a fan, but I'm like having a hot flash over here. So just, yeah. So take that for what it's worth. This right here is just my hot flashness coming through. You can see here, just slight difference. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye, and then we're gonna go in and bronze contour. And I'm gonna show you that super quick method. I'm actually gonna do it while I let that dry a little bit. So this is the another concealer. This is shade 10. This is the darkest concealer that we have at Bellame. And obviously if you're dark tone, this would be a concealer, but I like it for me as fair skin and even medium gals. You can use this as kind of a bronzing contour. And the reason why I like to use a concealer is it blends out really, really pretty because again, it's more of that serum base. The other thing I like about it is it lasts a long time. So one thing that I struggled with Seint is getting it to last all day, and I felt like I had to touch it up. This one you do not. So basically what I do is less is more. This stuff is super, super, super pigmented. So you don't want to necessarily go in with a lot. And I don't let this sit on my face for very long. Like I don't let it dry down like my concealer. I want to go in there and start moving it around because it does dry pretty quickly. So you saw how little I did. You can see a little bit there. I'm going to build it up to the intensity that I want. You don't want to go in there with too heavy of a hand because it will, just a little bit of product will go a long way. The other thing that I forgot to mention as I'm putting this on, these concealers are actually formulated with caffeine. So that's why they're so perfect for under the eyes. If you struggle with under eye bags, they're really, really going to help with that because they have that caffeine in there and it's going to help depuff that area. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit more because I want this area to be a little bit more built up. So I'm just literally going to just go in and kind of press it. And I like to do the pressing motion here because I'm gonna try to get a little bit into my hair and kind of bring it down and bring it over. And then what I like to do is go in and just take my damp beauty blender and then just blend it out. That way it's nice and blended. The other thing that I've been doing, now this is a new technique that I've been using, but I like to do this little like V. I don't bring it too far down. I bring it where my contour is, but I bring this up and it's creating this like lifting effect. And so I'm just kind of blending it in. And then I take some of the excess and I'm gonna bring it down on my neck. It's very subtle. I can definitely build it up if I want more. Some people are all about the bronzer and that's just not me. I want it to be very subtle and very natural, but you can definitely, look at my hair. What the heck am I doing with my hair? But you can definitely build it up if you want to. But you saw how easy it is to blend out. I am not a professional makeup artist. I am not formally trained. I am literally just fumbling through the makeup thing and then I find something that works. So you do not have to be a professional makeup artists to use these products. They are super, super easy. And that's why I'm here to kind of help give you tips and tricks of how to do it. And as I pick up new methods or new ways of doing something, that's why I love to share them with you guys so that you can try them out. Because what works for me or method that works for me may not work for you, or you may like a different method or want a different look. Or you're kind of like me, you just bounce around. Sometimes I use a different method and then sometimes I don't. But look how pretty and natural that is. And then I just kind of do, once I do both sides of the face, I kind of look at it and make sure that they are even and that I don't have one a little bit darker than the other. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do, so this is what the final looks like. Sometimes I go in, like I get a lot of redness on my nose, so I just like to go in and just add a little bit more coverage there. So I'm gonna go in, finish the rest of my makeup, and then I'll come back and let you guys see the final result. So here is the final look. You can see here, I absolutely love it. I am just so in love with this foundation. I can tell you when I first tried it, and I mean, honestly and truly, this is the reason why I decided not to partner with Seint anymore, because this foundation just completely blew me away. But one thing that I love about it is when I'm going, like say I'm walking around the house, I see myself in the mirror and I catch myself and I'm like, oh my gosh, my face looks so, so pretty. My makeup looks so, so pretty. It just, every single time I see myself in the mirror, I'm just so amazed at how gorgeous it looks, but I still look like I'm wearing, like it's still my skin. I don't feel like I have cake face. I don't feel like it's over the top. I still feel very, very pretty and natural. And that's what I love. So, and I don't have to set it. I don't set it with a setting spray. I don't set it with a powder. Like I said, I'm very, very dry, or I'm dry. So I don't feel like I need to set it. If you are somebody greasy, you may want to do like a mattifying setting powder just to kind of control the oil production, but it does not need to be set. It dries down. It doesn't oxidize, so it's not going to get darker. It just really, truly is an amazing foundation. It has so many skin benefits in it. So I will put everything down below. Oh, I want to show you over here so you can see it in the natural light. Okay, this is in the natural light. So, so pretty. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Please let me know if you have any questions. Leave them down below. I will leave the color match form in case you're interested. I will leave my website, the Bellame, my Bellame boutique down below. I'm here to help you in whatever way I can. Until next time, bye.